Hello and welcome to my 20th anniversary watch-along special of WWE No Mercy 2004. That's right, this show is exactly 20 years old today. So we're going to do a watch-along and see how it has aged. Now, I want to get this out the way early, as I always try to. I'm not going to be showing the show here because copyright law is a thing, guys. I'm not allowed to just upload an entire WWE show to YouTube just because I'm waffling away over the top of it. That's not okay. That's not legal. So, yeah, apologies if you're just trying to look for a free way to watch this show. The WWE Network isn't super expensive. Nor is Peacock, I don't believe. So, yeah, you're going to need your own version of the network, Peacock, or whatever your international version is. So what I recommend you do is pause this video, go set up on a different monitor or a different device, your network, or Peacock again, or etc. And then come back to this, click play, and we'll watch it together. So I'm going to assume that what you've done is paused my video and gone and paused No Mercy 2004 at 0000, and we're ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is count down 3, 2, 1, then there'll be a click. That will be me pressing the play button, but just in case you don't really hear that super clearly because it's hard to click loudly, what I will also do is leave like 5 seconds of the show running just so you can make sure you're in sync with me as much as you desire to be. That wasn't an intentional rhyme. Okay, so let's do the countdown. Ready? So we're going to do 3, 2, 1, then I'll click play. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you heard me click.
There's no such thing.
So there you go. There's 5 seconds. Oh, forgot about Kurt Angle sedating Big Show with like a dart. That was crazy. That was wild when you think about it. Booker T versus Cena could be fun. Oh, this could be fun or it could be awful. So this is SmackDown exclusive, right? This is in the era of show exclusive pay-per-views. Oh, is this where they shave Big Show's head? For the first time? Get out of my face. Oh, Undertaker with his, like, they're so, like, cheesy, cliche, like, edgelord goth lines, but they work. They work for him so well. Feasting on your rotting soul. It's so cheesy, but it's also somehow great. It's an interesting time in the company in 2004. They're building up new stars. They've got John Cena very much on the rise on SmackDown. Over on Raw, they're obviously building up Batista as well and Randy Orton. They've got, the likes of Kurt Angle knocking about just casually. They've got JBL as the world champion. We've just had Eddie Guerrero as the WWE champion. He's already lost it from winning it, not at WrestleMania, at No Way Out in February. So he had a bit of a run. Got The Undertaker has just come back as the dead man this year, I believe. Hey! Speaking of Eddie, Awesome. I'm glad we get to see Eddie. In the opener, though. Well, rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Big time. He's taking on Luther Reigns. I mean, no, you can't be the main event all the time, I guess. What a fall from grace from Kurt Angle for the WWE title at WrestleMania to Luther Reigns in the opener at No Mercy. $228 and the rest. Big boy there. Look at those arms. I think yesterday we did a watch along of Rebellion 1999, the UK pay-per-view, and they introduced X-Pac as weighing 217. Someone's lying somewhere, that's all I'm saying. Luther Reigns and Mark Jindrak. Look at the charisma, listen to the generic music, look at the generic look. He tried, bless him. I'd say comfortably the second best Reigns. Maybe less. I don't recall any other Reigns, but comfortably the second best by some distance that we've had in WWE. I reckon that referee's deliberately got blue shoes on, like black and blue shoes, to match his referee attire. And do you think they were like? Do you reckon they were his own purchase, or do you reckon they were like uniform provided by the company? It's a good little touch. There he goes. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Thumb to the eye. Who do you give the edge to right now, Eddie Guerrero? By the way, looking forward to enjoying some Michael Cole and Taz commentary. I literally just mentioned yesterday that these are probably the second best announcers of this kind of era. After JR and Paul Heyman. So, Jindrak and Luther Reigns are in some way associated with Kurt Angle. Interesting. So we could be having Luther Reigns versus Big Show, which would be atrocious, and Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle again. We could have swapped them two. I'd prefer it that way round, to be honest. Love to be watching an Eddie Guerrero Kurt Angle match right now. Knife edge chop. Yeah, woo indeed. Someone's got a sign that says something like, I stole these seats. Obviously a Pro Eddie sign. It's charisma on a different level when you can have a character that is advocating for lying, cheating, and stealing and is like a massively over babyface. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, the strength. Yeah. We all know that Luther Reigns went on to massive, really impressive things. So I'm assuming Eddie wins this match. I don't recall, but I'm assuming Eddie wins this match. It's kind of the beauty of not having that great a memory, because I'm pretty sure I probably watched the show before, like, at the time. Yeah, that sign again says I lied, cheated, and stole these seats, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've probably watched this show at the time. But I don't remember a lot of it. It's great. It's great. I get to experience it for the first time again. Sometimes it's great. I mean, even if I did remember it and it was off, like, even if I remembered the awful stuff, I wouldn't avoid it just because it's awful, because an anniversary is an anniversary, you know? Mm. Ooh. Hello? What? What? Who did? Luther Reigns? What are they on about? Who got his throat slit from ear to ear? And then allegedly survived that. What? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I'm Googling that. Luther Reigns throat slit. A troubled past of Luther Reigns. I don't care much for Luther, but fascinating to read about his past troubles. Reigns, real name Matt Weiss, don't know, was a street thug before entering the ring. Luther was shot and stabbed on different occasions. His bio from World Wrestling Entertainment states cheerfully. Oh, I like this person reporting it already. Tajiri Tarantula got away with words. For the record, he's been shot at, but just once. I mean, a bullet from a 38 caliber handgun lodged in his stomach. That's more than being shot at. That's being shot. If it's gone into your stomach, you've not been shot at. Clarifying he's been shot at implies they missed. That doesn't sound like it missed. He has a 7-inch scar stretching across his throat where a guy cut me wide open and stabbed me in the chest about an inch from my heart. How did he live? How do you get a 7-inch scar? 7-inch scar across your throat. I mean, it's not quite ear to ear on my neck anyway, and I doubt my neck's bigger than Luther Reigns's. But still, how did you survive that? In 1996, he enrolled in WCW's power plant. No way, he was trained in the power plant. I don't remember him ever being in WCW. Did he, took to wrestling like a fish to water, agreed to disagree, and landed a contract with WCW, where wrestled under a different name, Horseshoe. I've never seen this man in WCW, or heard of Horseshoe. By the way, what a name. Horshu, but I assume that's just pronounced Horseshoe. Short stint with WCW, then was released from my contract there. Fell right back into the same lifestyle for 5 years, then decided I had to get away from it. Stayed in constant contact with WWE, had some connections there. Oh, that explains how he got a job. Eventually they saw I was doing the right thing, I wasn't living the old lifestyle anymore, they offered me a job. And at the time of writing in 2005, he's engaged to a woman he met in a Phoenix gym. Lovely. Someone's saying, I bet all that info is fake and it's WWE's background story for Luther. That wouldn't be what his background was really like, because if he was on the streets, he wouldn't be able to watch Randy Savage and Ole Anderson. What? This person implying that if you were raised on the streets, you cannot possibly have sometimes gone inside and watched television. That's a take, isn't it? It's a very strange take. Anyway, back to the match. Has the match been good, guys, while I've been reading? Probably not, right? It's probably just been Luther Reigns doing some reasonably boring heel work. Or horseshoe. Actually, I know I should be paying more attention to the match, but I kind of want to know if Horseshoe had any matches now in WCW. Horseshoe, WCW. Matches. He faced Marta Jannetty. Right, here's where the information is. Luther Reigns cage match. Matches. So, let's have a look. He had quite a few, actually. 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 matches, unlucky for some, in WCW. His first match, he defeated Hardbody Harrison on WCW Saturday Night. Or at a WCW Saturday Night taping. I don't know if it ever made to the actual TV show. Oh no, that's not a WCW match. Take 1, 2 off, so 11 WCW matches. So his next WCW match, he beat Joey Maggs. And this one says it was actually on WCW Saturday Night. Then he beat Hector Guerrero in his third match for WCW, his 5th match overall on WCW Pro. Then he lost to Jim Powers on Saturday Night. Lost to Prince Iakea on Saturday Night. Defeated Mike Talbot on Saturday Night. Lost to Marty Jannetty on Saturday Night. Beat Mike Nova. That's Simon Dean slash Nova slash Supernova, isn't it? Is that the same guy? Because his real first name is Mike, right? Yeah, it's the same guy. Okay. That was again on Saturday Night. Lost again to Marty Jannetty on Saturday Night. Oh, no, wait. Is that the same? Oh, I might be reading these a bit out of order. Oh, yeah, I am. No, yeah, sorry. Right, after that, he lost to the... After the Mike Nova match, he lost to the Giant. On WCW Worldwide. Then a couple of house show defeats to Disco Inferno. Anyway, what's Eddie doing? What's Eddie up to? We should watch now, because Eddie's doing things. Sticking Summit in his boot. I don't think it's a police baton. It doesn't seem big enough to be a police baton. Huh? Eddie just faffing with the boot. Reigns dodges the frog splash. Now he's retrieving the item. Tells the ref to go and shift the chair. Why can't you just slide it out of the ring? Why do you need to go and get a guy? Oh, it is a baton, isn't it? Yeah, he just extended it. Those things are lethal, by the way. Like, you don't need a lot of swing on them to, like, break a bone. I know, obviously, it's a working hit, but, like, those things are lethal. Okay, so it wasn't a formal prediction or anything, but called it that Eddie Guerrero would win. I'm glad. I'm glad, in a way, I spent more of this match learning about Luther Reigns, because he's got a very interesting history than I spent watching the heel beatdown portion of the match. I did not know he wrestled in WCW, including matches against the giant Marty Jannetty and Nova. By the way, excuse me if I sound a bit funny. I've woken up quite sniffly this morning, which is lovely. Don't know where that's come from. Look at him just stealing that security guard's baton. And then lay flat. I love Eddie Guerrero. Man, Eddie Guerrero was one of the biggest celebrity losses that affected me ever. Like, I was gutted when we lost Eddie. And I don't really react that strongly to a lot of celebrity losses because I'm of the opinion, look, I didn't know this person. Like, you can be a bit gutted kind of thing, but people act like they've lost their best friend or a family member or something, and no, other people really have lost, have lost a best friend and family member and what have you. This is good old-fashioned pro wrestling. Oh. This is family entertainment at its best. Forcing him. Phrasing. Obviously, intentional phrasing. I don't know. Well, that was quite the storyline development. 2004, guys. we're just gonna have Jackie being topless but covering herself for the entire interview because I mean, I guess if I were to defend that in any way, shape, or form, I would say it explained why Jackie couldn't lash out. Because she's on live pay-per-view with no top on, so she can't let go of her boobs. Kind of, I guess, makes sense a little bit. Anyway, we've got Spike Dudley, the Cruiserweight Champion. So we got heel Spike Dudley. Always a recipe for success. Everyone just wants to hate Spike Dudley, right? And face Nunzio, because everyone always wants to love Nunzio. Good use of the Dudley Boys here. Got one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Let's have them be Spike Dudley's manager for a cruiserweight title feud that no one really cares about. I mean, this match could be good, don't get me wrong. I just wonder if they could have made better use of the Dudley Boys on this particular show. Did he just call it a first ride match? Heel Spike Dudley is such a fascinating concept. I'm actually really curious about this. I don't remember this run at all. I remember the Dudleys being heels around now, because wasn't it sometime around now that they teamed up with Paul Heyman, took on The Undertaker in that match where they ended up burying Paul Bearer in concrete? Well, Undertaker ended up doing it, even though he won the match. He was like, yeah, I know I just won the match to save Paul Bearer's life, but I'm just going to kill him anyway. It's a weird time for WWE. If you filled his nose with nickels, you'd be a millionaire. Jesus Christ. That's a hell of a line. Bubba Ray Dudley just yelled from the outside, "Ref, watch him, I think he's cheating." I think, or something to that effect, which is pretty funny. It's no surprise when you listen to, like, Bubba Ray Dudley talking trash that he eventually got a main event run over in TNA. Like, the trash talking of Bubba Ray Dudley is just exquisite. Oh my god. Bubba Ray Dudley is so fun to watch. It's not his first bowl of lasagna. First of all, maybe this is sacrilege. Someone Italian can let me know. I tend to eat lasagna off a plate. Not out of a bowl. Bowl of lasagna, like a bowl of like spaghetti or something like spaghetti bolognese or something like that makes sense in a bowl. Also makes sense on a plate, but does make sense in a bowl. Lasagna to me doesn't make sense in a bowl because lasagna is flat. If you put it in a bowl, that's curved. So doesn't it make the lasagna curved and therefore not the right sort of shape? Anyway, I think we're going a bit deep into the lasagna analysis here. We should probably be paying attention to the wrestling. Maybe if Johnny the Bull didn't have those dark sunglasses on, he'd be able to help more. I think Taz was just getting at there. Taz on commentary was really kind of a crazy revelation when you think about it. Like, he went from being, like, I'm not going to say he was uncharismatic. I think he was very charismatic, but he wasn't known for his talking as Taz. You know, like, especially not, like, entertainingly talking. It was more threateningly talking when he did talk, and quite minimalist from what I remember. Oh, that was a good counter. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, he was all like stoic and angry. Were like his two modes, I would say, mostly angry actually. And then they put him on commentary, and people must have thought Taz on commentary, and he was just great, honestly, and has been, ever since. I know people will talk smack about his commentary style sometimes and some of his catchphrases and what have you, but I think Taz is a really good colour commentator. Is he the greatest of all time? No, but is he in the top half of the list? Is he like in the, the top segment? Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't think he's a Paul Heyman, Bobby the Brain Heenan like caliber. Well, I think he's probably the next tier down, which isn't a bad position to be in at all. Is he better than Jerry the King Lawler? Yeah, 100%. And the thing is as well, like, it's a lame excuse, I know, but it was the times to have things like the Dawn Marie, Jackie Gator segment. It was just like the done thing at the time. And Taz had a way of enjoying that sort of thing without coming off as a total creep like Jerry Lawler always did. He managed to balance it a lot better. So even that stuff, even the stuff that hasn't aged well, Taz just did a lot better than Jerry Lawler and did a lot less. Like, Jerry Lawler currently would still be talking about that. He'd be like, yeah, this match is great, JR, but can you believe what we just saw? Jackie Gator had no top on. Puppies! Like, he was a lot too much a lot of the time. And it made him not that enjoyable, in my opinion. I know people really rate the JR and King commentary team, but I don't rate them that highly, mostly because of King. Although, to be honest, JR was great in that commentary team for always, like, ripping on the King. Anyway, I'm talking about how Jerry the King Lawler would be focused on something. Oh, nothing but net. Bubba Ray yelling that his foot's on the ropes. You would have heard Bubba Ray yelling that if he was watching at home on TV. Oh. Yeah, over rotation. Can't have felt good there, landing on like the side of your knee and hip and what have you. His foot's under the ropes, and his foot's over the ropes. And isn't him having his feet out of bounds illegal, even if he gains no benefit from it? Look at this. Oh, right on the side. That's not a flat back bump. Oh, Dudley Dog, no. The story of this match seems to be Nunzio having Spike Dudley's number in terms of as a wrestler. So I'm guessing Spike wins because of Dudley Boy cheating. Because that checks out as like, yep. Here we go. Devon's just been cheating. Oh, here comes Bubba Ray cheating. Oh, he's going to crotch him. Oh. There we go. Called it. Should have called it earlier, but, yeah, I felt it was fairly transparent. Nunzio just beat him on SmackDown. Bubba Ray just dragging Spike away. That can't feel good, getting dragged across those mats. You can get a nasty burn from that. Maybe have two helps. If you just simply had two friends instead of only one, they could neutralize the Dudley Boys. You need more friends, Nunzio. Oh, Johnny's popped a button on his pants, on his weird stripper pants. Is that next? Why would that be next? Surely that's the main event. Are they just talking about what's still to come, I guess? Oh, they did JBL dirty. They made him look tiny here. Look at how much shorter than The Undertaker he looks in this graphic. I don't think he's that much shorter than him. I think he's a couple of inches shorter than him. Oh yeah, they can talk about against Hollywood Hogan. That's not very accurate. Oh my god, did you see Hogan's head hit that chair? Like, and nearly broke his neck and broke his head and cracked his skull and killed him, brother. So they're bigging up The Undertaker big time. So even if I didn't know, because I'm pretty sure I know the result of that match, even if I didn't though, I think it's fairly transparent what they're building up to here. Okay, this should be the Cruiserweight title match. And we could have had a Dudley Boys match against, I don't know, someone. The neutered Billy Kidman doesn't get to wear his little white vest and jean shorts. And was never the same, to be honest, and got his hair cut. Was never the same when he looked like a proper adult professional wrestler. God, his shooting star press was sketchy, wasn't it? Oh, and there you go. Oh, it was always going to happen to someone. He had very little control over his shooting star press. Probably shouldn't be bragging about the fact that you've hurt someone with one of the most dangerous moves in wrestling. I assume that wasn't a title match. Okay, clearly it wasn't, because there's them with the belts again. Actually, kind of a good story so far. Like, I assume the injury to Chavo was legit, but well built off. Well built upon. Maybe it was kayfabe, I don't know. Should we find out? That's not very understanding of you, Paul London. Billy Kidman injured Chavo. He's the heel in this story as well. Holla holla. Tag team match against The Undertaker, player. Yeah, it was apparently a legit KO that eventually got the Shooting Star Press legit banned until Evan Bourne, I believe. I think Kidman's a bit of a justified heel here, to be honest. Like, he felt guilty for hurting someone, which is obviously a super heel tendency. Super bad guy vibes, feeling bad for accidentally hurting someone. And then, because he had a bit of a crisis of confidence of what if I hurt someone else. So, again, super bad guy tendencies, not wanting to injure a fellow competitor. Then had his tag partner yelling at him over it, which is super babyface, by the way. And then eventually he snapped. Like, I'm on Kidman's side with this one. I don't know about you guys. And he was being manipulated by Jamie Noble, which is obviously, you know, something that happens to a heel all the time, being manipulated by a heel. But he's got exciting music, and he runs to the ring, and Billy Kidman's now got slower music and walks slowly to the ring with a sparkly jacket. So that's what defines a heel and a face, obviously. Like, let's be real. And then London attacks him before the bell when he's not even looking. Cheap shot. London's the heel here, guys. I'm telling you. I'm invested in this. Come on, Kidman. Let's go. I mean, London's probably winning this, let's be honest. But come on, Kidman. What would have been a really good finish to this match if you want Kidman to be the heel, and if you could shoot legit trust him to do it, which is a different matter, would be if he just hit shooting star press after shooting star press after shooting star press until the referee called the match. Like, he'd be like, you know, like, I don't care if I hurt this man kind of thing. I'm going to keep doing it until I do hurt this man. I bet that was probably a fun match. Was that like a TV match? Oof. Drop salt. Was that a Paul London thing? I always, like, well, I probably knew at some point, but then I forgot, and since then I've always wondered where the drop salt came from. Because I remember it being in the games, in the Create a Superstar move list for quite a few years. I never really recalled where it was from. It'd be cool to be able to do that on the games. Maybe if, like, as you run towards the ropes and then press square to do the over the top, he, like, rediverts to the nearest parallel set of ropes to the way you're running, and yeah, does that. It'd be pretty tricky, but it'd be pretty cool. Tricky to code, I think. But they've got moves like the Randy Orton draping DDT, where once you do it, he kind of grabs them and drags them to the nearest ropes, and you've got the 619 that always lands them on the ropes and stuff. So you can have a move where once you've initiated it, it directs movement. Old School Undertaker, that's another one that does it. You can do that from anywhere in the ring these days. Alright, come on, Kidman, you got this. Come on, Billy! That guy's on the phone like, hey, look, I'm on TV. Look, can you see me? Shut up, get off the phone. Watch the show, you numpty. I think he kicked the camera. What? Even Taz, even the heel commentator's having a go at Kidman. Man, this guy is really sympathetic to me. That's the biggest upset of the last decade. Didn't No, I'm not going to say that because I don't think that actually happened. Okay, I'll tell you one that did happen. Didn't JR beat Triple H at some point in the last decade? Has that already happened? I feel like that's already happened, right? I'd say that's a bigger upset. Okay, yeah, it was done through a lot of outside interference, but if you're just looking at results of matches, JR beating Triple H is probably the bigger upset. Let's be real. Paul London's giving it some selling. Mostly vocal selling. Kidman selling the fight back very nicely. Facial expressions. Good catch. Back to the midsection. Lovely stuff. Godbuster. Again? Why, how many has he done? Oh, actually, he might have done a few. Right? I wasn't really paying attention. I was busy on my pedestal talking about how Billy Kidman's the good guy in this match. I stand by that. Flapjack. Yeah, he felt remorse. Yeah, what a bad guy. He felt remorse. He felt guilt. What a terrible, terrible man. How dare he? What a heel. What? When was Taz a bodybuilder? Like, he was, you know, he was in shape, but when was he a bodybuilder? Also, do you have to be a bodybuilder to know what intercostal muscles are? Because if you do, then I'm a bodybuilder. Which is news to me, to be perfectly honest. How dare he punch and kick in a professional wrestling match, eh, Michael Cole? Yeah, the tone that commentators use when heels do something perfectly legal and normal is wild to me sometimes. Like, look at that, Paul London just threw a punch and then a kick, and somehow it's not a problem. Oh. That's not a DDT, Michael Cole. Okay, you know, I was defending this commentary team, but Michael Cole learned basic moves, otherwise it's going to be harder to keep you two as one of my top commentary teams of all time. That was never Michael Cole's strong suit, though. It was always the emotion that was Michael Cole's strong suit. It was never WWE commentary's strong suit, to be honest, like, knowing the name of moves and stuff. Like, some of them do. But that was never the point, was it? It was nice, countering the powerbomb into, like, an X Factor. That was very nice. Was he still with Tori Wilson at the time? Because that probably explains why people hate him. That explains why he's the heel. Wow, Kidman did all the work there. London didn't even manage to hook the tights. Kidman just flat out jumped over him. Hurricane Rana by London. There it is. Oh. Yeah, That was a 3, right? Was it? That felt like that was a 3. I would normally rewind that and rewatch it, but that would be impossible to keep synchronized with you guys, so we won't. But that felt like a 3 to me. Is that a botched pinfall or something? If he is going to do it, London's miles away. See, even now he's turned heel. And even though he hates Paul London, and even though he's been threatened with firing, he still can't bring himself to hurt the man with a shooting star press. What a heel. What a heel. What a terrible human being. You'd think he could have just simply developed a new finisher, but, you know, that's by the by. Yeah, he's been vicious and aggressive, but he's not trying to injure a man. Michael Cole. Like, what? Why is Michael Cole mad at Billy Kidman for not wanting to injure someone? I don't understand this. I don't get it. I don't get why Billy Kidman's the bad guy here. Genuinely. I'm not even doing a bit. I don't get it. I don't get what about his behavior is heelish. That's a better shooting star than Billy Kidman can do. Do the 450, Kidman. Okay, I'm actually a bit nervous if he's going to do it, because I don't want to see Paul London get his face landed on. Oh, that... Yep, knees to the ribs. Okay, I really thought London was going to win that one. Well then, Billy. Vindication! They really went all in on giving him heelish music. Like, the beat is so slow for a cruiserweight. Especially a cruiserweight as potentially exciting as Billy Kidman. And he's been told to slow down his style so much. Watch this. And then they don't show it. Oh, now we should feel bad for Billy Kidman because everyone forced him into it. Yeah, tell him, Billy. Yeah. And Teddy Long. And Michael Cole. And Paul London. Broken ribs are an internal injury. But yeah, tell him, Billy. It is because of them. Like, he's not lying. Okay, okay, maybe this is a bit heelish. This is a cleaner landing, though. Because I think, as skillful as difficult as it must be to jump forwards and do a backflip off the top rope and land like that, the actual skill of doing, like, a high-risk moves, like a shooting star press, a 450, a moonsault, that sort of thing, is landing on your opponent, but in such a way that you don't actually injure them. And that's the bit that might be missing from Billy Kidman's shooting star press, is the exact body control over the landing position. That's like the first heelish thing I've seen him do, and I feel like it's justified. I feel like he got forced to do the shooting star press. You want to see shooting star press? Okay, here's the shooting star press. Like, yeah, that's the first real heelish thing he's done. If that had been the heel turn, I'd kind of agree with the story. But it wasn't. He's already been a heel for weeks in this story somehow. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at all those cowards as well. Referee and medical team, cowardly heels, refusing to take a shooting star press to save the injured man. Cowardly heels, a lot of them. You're sickening, Michael Cole. Remorse, Michael Cole. Remorse. He did it when he was defense full. What are you on about? It's not why he did it. Oh, I'm mad. Justice for Billy. He called it the first line match before as well, I'm sure he did. I thought I heard that. Now he said it again, I'm fairly sure. Rest in peace, Psycho Sid, by the way. Oh, so we're revisiting all the WWE title reigns of The Undertaker. Got it. Got it. Because he's challenging for the WWE title, so he's showing that the man is capable of winning the WWE title for anyone who doesn't know. Why is his voice that nasally? I'm sure his voice doesn't sound like that now. Was he like putting it on? Was he like told to be more nasally? That's a beautiful title, by the way. That's my favourite WWE title design. Fair. The swamp. I don't think Jersey's particularly swampy, is it? Oh. Oh dear, JBL. Although, he's talking about that from the perspective of being a heel, so... Although, I fully... has there ever been a more Republican guy than JBL in WWE? I mean, yeah, Kane's literally a Republican, but, you know. I mean, I wouldn't personally challenge The Undertaker to do that with his, you know, his whole gimmick, but sure. Oh, the dodgy remix of 2 tracks. They tried. I don't agree with the use of the dog. I'm gonna be honest. I get he's French and he's got a poodle, and that's such a dastardly thing to do, owning a poodle. But like, the music in the arena is loud, and you've got people like screaming at them as they walk down to the ring. That dog doesn't know what's going on. I don't think there's any need to involve like actual animals, and like people gave Cody Rhodes so much grief over Pharaoh. I mean, granted there was pyro and that scared Pharaoh, but just because fireworks do scare dogs doesn't mean that's the only thing that can scare a dog. You know. I just think this music's atrocious, by the way. It's just the La Resistance music with occasional pan flutes from Suzuki's music. It's atrocious. Probably racist. Everything about this is probably racist. I'm not even going to Google his manager. I think she is actually Japanese, so I think that's one thing. I think that's one thing. I understood Champions of the World, and I didn't understand what nickname he gave himself. You got prices for Hiroko on that sign in the background. That's not cool, guys. Apparently you're not going to say it. Kenzo is. I hate everything about this. I hate everything about that. What do we know about Asian people, says Vince? They love karaoke. Done. Done and done. Right, I'm looking up Kenzo Suzuki because is this the case of like a really credible Japanese wrestler being absolutely wrecked by WWE in this era? Because I feel like it probably is. Professional wrestling career. Debuted at the Tokyo Dome event in 2000. Before it was called Wrestle Kingdom. That's a start. That's a start. Debuting at the Tokyo Dome. Won the year 2000 New Japan Pro Wrestling Young Lion Cup. Won Rookie of the Year honors from New Japan Pro Wrestling that year. Going to win the Young Lion tournament after defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi in the finals. Forming a tag team with Tanahashi later. Resigned from NJPW following his mentor and trainer Riki Choshu. He was trained by Riki Choshu. To World Japan. Later in the year, he left to wrestle in the United States. Speculated he was forced to resign because a wrestler he was helping to train died while training on his watch. Oh, God. He wrestled for MLW and TNA in the US on his, what do they call it? I forgot the term for the, like, expedition, but I don't think they call it an expedition. You know, where they go abroad and do some wrestling in another promotion and then go back to Japan? I can't remember the term. Let me know in the comments. Good back and forth roll-ups, by the way, there. Good fast-paced start to the match. Okay, that was decent. Quit World Japan, citing a lack of competition within the promotion. Does he know it's not real? Anyway. Signed for WWE. Blah, 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 blah. After leaving WWE, what did he do? He returned to Japan, performing for Hustle. Humorous matches against Leo Caesar and Razor Ramon HG. What? Who and what is Razor Ramon HG? I don't even want to know. Began performing for CMLL alongside Mark Jindrak. They lost a hair versus hair match in 2005 and had the head shaved. Then he went to AAA. But it sounds like he was quite a serious wrestler. Then he went to WWE. Ended up with a karaoke gimmick. Left and then wasn't taken seriously anywhere else again. So it sounds like WWE ruined this guy's career. I mean, there's also that sketchy thing with someone literally dying while training on Suzuki's watch. But also, if he debuted as a young lion in 2000 and that took place in 2003, should someone with only 3 years experience be fully in charge of someone training to the point where them dying would be listed as being his fault? Because that feels a bit quick. So maybe that's not all his fault. Like, I'm not saying it's 0% his fault. I'm just saying, like, I think there's negligence on someone else's part than just his. But anyway, the point is, he was a very exciting young prospect, and then he came to WWE and they're like, here, sing karaoke. Oh. How do you scout Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio? Well, I mean, there's like literally a decade or more worth of tape on each man, so probably like that. Thanks for that observation, Taz. There's a distraction like Hiroko. She's a woman with the makeup and the hair. Oh, I'm regretting everything I ever said about this being one of the best announced teams. I'm not. Like, I genuinely do think they're great, but... like, Hiroko, she's a woman with the makeup and the hair. Oh, God. There's a guy I used to play Blood on the Clock Tower with, who used to run a Twitter account and then I think transitioned to... Was it Blue Sky he moved over to? It was one of the Twitter alternatives when obviously Musk bought Twitter. He used to just, without any context, without ever providing any context, just tweet, like, really random captions. Like, really random quotes he's heard or seen somewhere. He'd never explain where each one was from or anything like that, and I thought it was really funny. Anyway, I think she's a woman with the makeup and the hair. I think that would be a good one. Maybe I should get in touch and be like, hey, can I bring that gimmick back to Twitter? And anywhere else you don't do it? Because I'd love to just randomly post quotes from things I see and hear. Why is he called the French Tickler, by the way? They're not even trying to make these two actually credible or intimidating. Like, yeah, they're the tag champs, but one of them sings karaoke, and one's called the French Tickler. How is Tickler intimidating as a professional wrestler? Oh. Like, I don't actually remember how good Kenzo Suzuki was. I think Rene Dupree was decent, though. And, like... they just made them both into jokes. Because they're foreign. Like, that's literally what happened. Like, behind the scenes I'm talking about. I'm not talking kayfabe. I'm not defending them like I was Billy Kidman in, like, a kayfabe sense. I'm saying, like, that's genuinely what happened behind the scenes. Also, why has Kenzo got a really weird red patch on his tights? In his crotchal area. He's got a red gooch on his tights, on his pants. They're not even tights. It looks a bit like he's got red tights on underneath the pants and they've ripped. I mean, I hope he did. Is that legal? Saved by Dupree. Cheap shot from behind. I'm just turning into the heel commentator here now. Here's one for you, Frenchman, did Taz just say. Oh! Got some chops on him, hasn't he? That's the second one that's, like, really made some sound. Do Rey and Rob Van Dam win here? It's quite possible, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to go with Rey and Rob Van Dam to win here. I really don't know, but I think they were tag champions at some point. So why not now, eh? Come here, you. Let me throw you at this man's knees. It's astounding how many times wrestlers land on the middle ropes from different moves during Rey Mysterio matches when they barely ever end up there any other time. Good save. Good save, honestly. Illegal attack by Rob Van Dam. Oh, they got the win. Okay. No is the answer to my question. Did they win it here? I'm pretty sure they were tag champions at some point. I'm glad that I'm a bit glad that's over. I don't love going back 20 years and just watching how racist Vince McMahon can be to foreign wrestlers just for the sake of it. Just to humiliate them for not having been born on the correct lump of dirt. Like, it does my head in. Fun match, like, some fun moments in it and what have you, but it's kind of a bit overshadowed by the character stuff. I like her fan. The French flag with the red dot in the white bit, so it's a French and Japanese flag. It's a good touch. It's a good touch. Okay. Is Kurt Angle that good that he can get a good match out of 2004 Big Show? Because if I remember correctly, 2004 Big Show's around the time that he was super unmotivated. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this was not... That's a great picture, by the way. This is not a great era of Big Show. Like, I've just been watching 1999 yesterday, and he's hopping over the top rope, and all that sort of stuff. And he's, like, genuinely so much lighter than he looks here. Which, I'm not shaming the man. I'm just saying, like, there is a history of people knowing that, like, Big Show had moments where he just didn't seem to care and piled on the weight and got a bit lazy with his work and what have you. We just fed the entire roster to him. If a heel had done that, you'd be berating him. This is a weird... This is a weird segment. Letting Big Show choose his opponent is strange. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, he did the Family Guy landing. He didn't kick out. Or maybe he had to because Matt Jundog was late. I don't know. Trank to the Big Show. Why did he shave his head? I mean, if Kurt Angle went on like a rampage immediately after having his head shaved, I would understand it, but this is like a couple of years later. It's a great shot. It's a great shot. What, by having a shaved head, Kurt? Is that humiliating, sir? Get wrecked. Did he just... Did he really just say that? I know they're trying to be dramatic with it, but... Jesus. I mean, the build's good. It's crazy, but it's good. Oh, that's the name of the show! Yay! People losing their jobs. Let's get a pop for the word fired. Which it didn't get, by the way. So kudos to you, Jersey. Battle of the Baldies. Let's go. You suck angle, USA. Love that. Love that. That's genuinely, I think, the first time I've ever seen that sign. Or any variation on it. And I'm astounded. I'm astounded that's not more common. That's a great sign. Well done, that person. After being thrown off that balcony by the Big Show, he shaved Big Show's head. That's an eye for an eye. Eye for an eye means he'd throw him off a balcony, Michael Cole. Look at the shape Kurt's in. It's crazy. I was gonna say, are we gonna get Big Show out here? Maybe I'm being unfair to Big Show. Maybe he is motivated here. I don't know. Isn't it weird how there's been 20 years of shaved head Big Show, and I'm very much used to the look of shaved head Big Show now. But there, he looks weird. Is it because he's a lot bigger at the time, and it makes his shaved head look weird? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not gonna give too much away about me currently, but I have shaved my head in my life right down to the bone, like these guys. Like, it's quite nice. It's very low maintenance. It's very low maintenance. You have a shower, and by the time you've dried off the rest of your body, your hair's dry because you don't have any. It's lovely. I mean, he would probably have sweat in his hair if he still had hair as well. You've not really made a point there, Big Show. Do we have to keep saying that? That's not cool to keep saying that. That's obviously a Vince directive, because only Vince would trivialize a word like that. There's no need for that word to have come into it. It's like a pool table. Big Show's 12 foot by 6 foot, did you know? No, wait, that's snooker. 7 foot by 4 foot. I mean, 7 foot's right, to be fair, but not his back. That's the entirety of him. That's like running into a very large man. Don't try this at home, kids. Taz even putting the disclaimer in there. Michael Cole's like, hey kids, run into a wall, and now you'll know what it's like to run into the Big Show. And they're like, okay, and just run into a wall. children, like child admissions to hospital with dislocated shoulders increased after this show. Someone in the crowd there in the corner has a Mike Chioda fan club sign. Fair. Major League Beal, MLB. I'm sure that's not taken. I reckon he could probably copyright that. MLB is probably not taken, right? And he's wrestling Kurt Angle. He's doing wrestling moves. Oof. Oh my god, can we stop? Jesus. Maybe just never use that word in an entertainment show that isn't specifically about it. Like, it's not a key story point, like a key plot point in the story. Is that literally happening to someone? If that isn't the case, maybe just never use the word, especially not when you talk about a man having his head shaved. I mean, no one ever said you can't do that. Oh, here comes Teddy. We're not ending it like that, it seems. Look, I love his walk. It's gone power crazy. Imagine if the fans all just gripped Angle. I mean, I know it could probably break out of all of them, but... Bit of added drama. I thought Ted Long was going to come out and make it like false count anyway, but no, it's just like, nope. Regular match, get back in the ring. Ooh! The size of a small skillet. Isn't anything the size of a small skillet, depending on how small you decide to make your skillet? Like, my hand's the size of a small skillet if you just make the skillet small enough. I've just noticed the referee's shoes again, but is that the same ref? I need to confirm it on at least two definitely different refs. I don't remember which ref it was in the opening match where I noticed the shoes. Maybe it's just him. He's got some cool shoes. Thanks for coming. Mike Tyson had a right hand. I think he still does. Like, I don't want to spread rumors about people, but I think he's still got a right hand. No, it's steel on fist. Then steel on forehead. See, I like this. Too many times do you get, like, really personal situations. And I know this is, like, being slightly exaggerated. I mean, I guess the guy did tranquilize him, which is a bit rude. But, yeah, you get really personal feuds, and you've got guys going for pinfalls off every move, or trying to win by roll-up, or escaping the cage, or whatever the situation is. And it's like, no, like, the first thing you should do is take your time trying to beat the hell out of the person that you hate so much, right? And then eventually you can try and win the match. Like, they did it well recently with Punk and Drew, where I think it was Punk was, like, refusing to win the match early, turning down opportunities to win the match. That tree-like leg. Is Kurt going to win with just an ankle lock as his offensive move? Because I could believe it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's ridiculous. Like, I'd believe that story of the match. It's just kind of a weird way to book the match. But usually the leg grapevine means he's going to win with it. Oh no, he's getting back up. That's a mistake, Kurt. You win a lot more often with the lying down ankle lock than the standing up one. Oh dear. Ref bump. Well, we can't have any outside interference because Teddy Long's watching. But I guess Kurt can go get that chair now. Is that why we've done a ref bump? Yep. Give me that chair again, Sir Anthony Chimmel. Oh, goes to the leg. Nice. You've got a chair in your hand, but you're choosing to kick the man. Target the knee because your finish is an ankle lock. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, I imagine the ankle lock puts torque on the knee as well, but I feel like the clue's in the name as to whether it's really targeting. Oh, he's patting him on the back for a job well done. I mean, if he's lying down, he's not getting a lot of offense in, would be my estimation, Michael Cole. He's not a giant when he's not standing. No, that's not true, Taz. He is. He just doesn't have the advantage of being a giant. You see that, Brett? That's how you apply an outside the ring draping leg lock without smacking your head off the floor every single time. Just FYI. Just a heads up. Why is the ref breaking the ankle? Alright, Terry Funk. No, calm down, fans. There's other moves that start like this than a figure four. That's a step over toe hold a step over toe hold, if ever I know one. I think Taz just called it as well. These Philistine fans think that just because you've stepped over like that, you must be going for a figure four. Cretins. I agree with JBL. What a swamp. Sharp. I thought you said sharp as a tap then. I was like, what? No, tack. Tack. Like a drawing pin for those in the UK. That makes a lot more sense than sharp as a tap. As in the thing that you spin round and water comes out. I was like, what? I know taps aren't exclusively for water, but I'm doing my explanation of the difference between the two words in case you can't hear it. Not hurting that bad, he just put all his weight on that bad leg. Great selling by the Big Show. Oh no, he's stepped over the top rope. He's definitely never done that voluntarily many times. Boom. It's mind-blowing to me that they're saying the Big Show's 470 here, yet yesterday we watched the Big Show in 1999 who was over 500 pounds and clearly a lot lighter than he is here. It's crazy. I know muscle is heavier than fat, but I don't think he had particularly a lot more muscle. I think he just had a lot less fat. Is there anything expressly in the rulebook saying you can't tranquilize your opponent? I'm just asking. I love how he just threatened the ref with it. Just threatened to shoot the ref in the face with the tranquilizer. Big Show's forgotten he's got a sore leg as well. Alley-oop. Yep. Ribs and arms. It was a weird call. Ribs and arms. Goozle. I love the word goozle. He's barely any higher than a regular chokeslam. Big win for the Big Show. Technically 2 wins. He already won by count out once. Does that count as 2 wins? Officially in the record books? Did he win twice tonight? That was enjoyable. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this era of the Big Show. I don't know my Big Show eras that well. Like, I know there's definitely points where he was super demotivated and not fun to watch at all. I don't know whether it's fair to judge this era of Big Show off this match because he was literally facing one of the best to ever do it. Like, bell to bell, there's very few ever. In fact, never mind bell to bell, just as an all-rounder, there's very few ever that are anywhere near Kurt Angle's level. But certainly bell to bell. But I didn't get the feeling Kurt Angle was carrying. I feel like they both contributed nicely to that match. He was about the same height as he normally is for a chokeslam. Let's be real. We got an Eddie documentary. Damn. I've never seen that. I'd love to. Is that on the network? Or is it DVD exclusive? I mean, his history-making match was really at No Way Out, but yeah, it was a really good match at WrestleMania 20 as well. But he won the title like a month before. I'm gonna have a look if that's on the network. Cheating, death, stealing, life. Oh, it's a book as well. WWE Network. Is it on the network? That's the question. Cena and Booker next. So I'm seeing it advertised on DVD a lot. I think I'll have to actually just have a look on the network. But it's looking like I might have to try and find it on DVD if I want to watch that. Was that really John Cena's fault? Was that one John Cena's fault? Seems legit. Why don't you just give it back to the rightful champion? Details, details. Is Booker T legal? Who cares? Who cares? They're telling a story, pal. Oh. Wow, they actually followed the details. That's crazy. I mean, he literally just got pinned by Booker T to not win it back. I don't know. The I never lost the title thing only stands until you've not had an opportunity to win it back and then lost. Then you have lost the title. Because if you were champion going into that match, you now would not be champion. So you've lost the title. Oh, they had a series. Why was Booker T in so many best of 7 or best of whatever series? Because he had one with Benoit, he had one with Cena. Did he have any others? Why was it always Booker T that was in them? Like, I'm not saying he's not good enough to or anything. I'm just saying, like, it seems weird that it's always Booker T. So it's best of 5. Okay. Mostly carbon. Carbon and water, mostly. Hey, leave his donkey alone. Okay. So it's a best of 5 series, and this is match 5. Will he remain the undisputed United States champion here? I mean, technically, there's never an undisputed champion because there's always someone disputing it. Like, otherwise, they're not defending the title, which sort of defeats the point. Like, this title is always up for dispute because once he retains here, someone else will be like, I would like that title, and it's being disputed. But I get what they're saying is, like, he's undisputedly the champion as opposed to there's a bit of an asterisk at the moment. Even though I don't think there is, because he pinned John Cena in a match with the US title on the line, which means if John Cena hadn't been stripped of the title and then everything else had played out as was, Booker T would still be the US champion and John Cena still would not. So, you know, I don't see the issue. A lot of this storytelling going into the show is deeply flawed. I'm noticing the Billy Kidman story. I don't get how he was the heel there. I don't get how John Cena had a claim to the US title. He literally lost in the match to get his title back. Like, if you really thought he had that much of a claim, just give him the title back, Teddy Long. Instead of making him compete in an 8-way elimination match to win back his title that he got wrongly stripped from him. Who is that guy? Is that guy like someone famous? Is he like a sports ball person or something? Or is he just like a random dude? I always forget he used to have this music. Got so used to the boo boo doo boo. Those record scratches. Wait. New champ in New Jersey. Can hold that sign up many times. Actually, there hasn't been a new champ yet, has there? Because the Cruiserweight title was retained, the tag titles were retained. Have there been any other title matches? There's not been a women's... I think at this point, the women's title was exclusive to Raw. And I think all the other matches have been non-title, right? Big Show Kurt, Kidman London, what was the first match? What was the opener? Oh, Luther Reigns and Eddie, which was obviously non-title. So yeah, there hasn't been a new champ in New Jersey yet. So that guy's sign is wrong thus far. Michael Taz being like, yeah, details, rules, blah blah blah. Let's watch the match. It is an interesting point though because it's a best of 5 series. Yeah, Booker T doesn't have a champion's advantage. Any loss here would result in John Cena winning the title via best of 5 rules, which is interesting. So yeah, good call by Michael Cole, and Taz is just like, yeah. Let's watch the fight. Does John Cena win here? I feel like Cena wins the US title back at some point, because I don't think we've seen Carlito debut yet, and then beat Cena for the title. So yeah, I think I'm going with Cena here. I know Cena wins the US title back. I don't know when. I'm gonna go with here. Boot. Wait, what? You said you like mangoes? How dare you say you hate apples? Was Taz's argument just then. Why are we talking about some random guy in Florida? What? Maybe that's someone that was famous that they're referring to. I don't know, but why are we talking about that? Such a weird thing to bring up. Oh, it's on his toe. I assume it's not on his toe. I assume it was just on his empty toe of his boot. But yeah. Oh yeah, we've got a different ref. Let's have a look at his feet. Ah, he's not got the cool shoes on. I think that was a personal decision by that referee. Kind of think that does that make it cooler? I think it'd be cool either way. A cool attention to detail by WWE. Well, that wasn't very fluid, was it? Yeah, I think it'd be cool attention to detail on the part of WWE, but I think it is cool attention to detail by that referee. Was that Brian Hebner? Who was the ref? I can't remember. Trying to be the new Red Shoes Uno, but being Blue Shoes Uno over here. Two. Yeah, it's a thrust kick. That's not a crescent kick. Like whiplash in a car. Just in a car generally. You're just driving along steady 30 miles an hour and BAM! Whiplash. I know we don't have instant replay. You very much do have instant replays. The fact is, from our camera angle, we couldn't see Booker's shoulders, and Charles Robinson very much could, and seemed to just be being a bit of a pedant about it. Which is funny when you consider some of the pins that have been counted in WWE history. The consistency is not. It just is not. Smart. Smart. You need that. You need the ability to breathe, in my experience. My professional opinion. It's good to be able to breathe. I would know. Struggling this morning. Don't know where that's come from. Going night-night. Night-night. Boston. Is that a cliche or is that just an expression? I thought cliche was like more something that's so overdone within a genre that it's not interesting anymore. Oh. Getting his face smashed in. The sarcasm from Michael Cole. I don't know, I didn't check him before the match. Right on the Spinaroonie, did he just call it? What have we still got to come? Is it just this and then the WWE title match? I will say, generally speaking, this is why I say I prefer the Ruthless Aggression era to the Attitude era. Because I would say this show has, match-wise, felt a lot more enjoyable. Whoa, that was a fast count. Hello? Make me famous. That sign says, because someone got a bit carried away with their famo and didn't leave it enough space for the S. Yeah, I prefer the Ruthless Aggression era. Like, this has been a higher quality of show in terms of, like, undercard. It's crazy that, despite having to change the FU and the STFU names, John Cena got to keep the move called the Five Knuckle Shuffle. Literally just a word for masturbate. Like, an expression for masturbate. He just got to keep that his entire career, even in the PG era. I guess no one, like, smart and Vince up to what it actually means. Booker T is like, if you're going to kick out of my bookend, I'm going to make sure to do a slow crawl into the count, into the pin, so that you don't get all the benefit from that. Maybe me being a bit cynical there. You bring the chair inside the match is over. That's not usually how that rule works. Yeah, if he uses the chair, sure, but Charles Robbins was like, bring the chair in and it's over. Crazy. Going for the pin off Booker T sitting down. Jumping into a seated position. Excuse the squeaky chair, I need to maneuver my position. Oh, he's got him. Oh, Lord, he got him. Is that it? Is he going to kick out? Yep, he got him. We're not at the point of people kicking out the FU yet. Okay, got it. It's still being established as a finisher. People don't be kicking out of it. Once it's established, then everyone can kick out of it. Logic. Wrestling logic. Well, there's your new champ in New Jersey sign guy. Oh, there was the sign actually being held up. Yep, there it is. Oh, Cena. Wow. Cena spotted it too. What does the other side of the sign say? Something about head. Use Booker's head like a mop. Oh, that's not as good a sign. Jesus. Jesus, guy. Does he have no loyalty to, like, his team? Signs the jersey. And causes a riot in the crowd. Causes a fight over the jersey. Some cool details, signing the jersey and chucking it into the crowd. Also, did no one check him before the match? He had an illegal object. He had a Sharpie. That could be dangerous. He could have drawn a curly mustache on Booker T. I'm pretty sure that's against the rules of wrestling. Can we drop the undisputed now? Most champions at most times are undisputed. By definition, there's no dispute as to whether or not they should be champion. So let's just drop the undisputed bit, shall we? Is it WWE title time? Because if it is, that's wild, because there's like best part of 50 minutes left on this show. Surely there's something else in between. I guess I missed doing the watch along of this. Steve Austin's boots are undone. Yeah, I'm guessing I missed this. Because this was when I wasn't uploading. I guess the anniversary. Oh, we are getting the Dudleys in a match against Eminem. Is that? The Dudleys with Dawn Marie. Oh, it's not the Dudley. It's not Eminem. Sorry, I just saw white people. No. It was the skin tone, you know, the very tan skin tone. No, it's Charlie House and Rico, and Charlie loves Dawn Marie. Is the shirt. And yeah, so it's gonna be Charlie House and Rico with Jackie Gator. Do you see what I mean about Taz having a more palatable approach to perving on the women? I can recall. Wait, so is this a tag match with them assisting, or is this a 6-person tag with them actually in the match? Because they just announced it. I wasn't listening when they introduced the Dudleys, to be honest, but they seem to have announced Jackie as if she's a competitor, not a manager, so I guess it's a 6-person tag. I see Jackie's decided to wear a top for this particular part of the show. That means she'll be able to fight with her hands, guys. It's good strategy. It's good strategy. Move, he says. Bubba's just like, move. Get out. Is Rico the maid of honor? That feels just homophobic enough that I'm not going to approve of that sign. That feels unnecessary. Do better 2004. I know none of us were doing better in 2004, but, you know. That was a good start to the match, by the way. Bubba Ray pretending to be the legal man. Because I suppose until contact's been made, you haven't really established who the legal men are. Like, you don't sign a contract beforehand of who's going to start the match, as far as I'm aware. So the decision, it seems to be made in the ring quite often. Charlie Haas was great, right? His brother, Russ. I actually know a Charlie Haas family member off the top of my head. It's a sketchy back body drop. He seems to get stuck, and Devon had to help him over. Oh. Dawn Marie's like, let me have a go. What does the back say? Oh. Dawn Marie. Being like, mount me, Charlie, on pay-per-view. What the hell? Well, she should. Michael Cole, you pervert. What did it say on the back? I never actually got a good look of what it said on the back. I assumed it just said the same thing. But who knows? This is some catchers catch can stuff right now. Pretty sure choking someone with a shirt is illegal. Ref, do you want to, like, do something? Oh my god. We've got the best cameramen in the business. Naughty, naughty. Wait, are we just going to have Bubba Ray beat down Jackie now? Oh, this is potentially going to be uncomfortable, isn't it? I know I advocate for intergender wrestling, but it can be uncomfortable, and I think this is about to be an example of that. When it feels very... Oh. When it feels very uneven... I think it doesn't have a place. Oh, Rico's gonna kiss him. Yep. Oh my god, this doesn't age well. Like, the Bubba Ray reaction's kind of funny. The commentator's going, ah ha ha, ah man kissed a man, is not, like, that's, oh okay, alright, maybe over. Yeah, this isn't aging great, let's be honest. Bubba did not ask for that, just to clarify. Bubba Ray asked for something quite different. Where's he going? Who's going home? Well, that's not helpful, is it, Devon? Also, screw you. Interesting choice of words for someone who's not even happy being kissed by that man. I can't believe Bubba Ray Dudley just walked out on the Dudley Boys. And not more wasn't made of this. I assume he comes back. Did the faces win here? The Rico, Charlie Haas, Jackie Gator team, I guess, would be my prediction if I were to make them. Ah, there's Bubba. Oh, wow, okay, there's a double echo in here. I said there's Bubba, then Taz says there's Bubba, then Bully Ray. Michael Cole says there's Bubba, then Bully Ray says there's Bubba. Then Rico goes, oh, there's Bubba. Oh, there's Bubba! You know, because he got dropped on his balls. Get it? We want tables. This isn't a tables match, guys. It's not even a match where tables would be allowed. They're very silly, these fans. Very silly. Also, the Dudleys are heels, so don't cheer for them. And also, they're not going to give you what you want, I would imagine. Although, I could see Jackie Gator going through a table here. Don't you ever treat me like I was trying to treat a woman, says Bubba Ray Dudley. Like, I was trying to demand a kiss from a woman who clearly has no desire to ever kiss me. But God forbid someone who I don't want to kiss kisses me. Oh, that's not allowed. Like, I was going to say, first of all, the word is androgynous, but second of all, can we just not be massively homophobic on commentary? And it's so hard doing these watch-alongs sometimes, because it's like, yes, it's 2004, yes, it's a different time, and blah, 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 but it's still uncomfortable to, like, experience now. Yeah, can we just move on from the fact that Rico kissed Bubba Ray, like, literally 5 minutes ago now, and we've still just not moved on from it? Is this before or after Billy and Chuck? Am I going to have to watch along that stuff at some point? Because I feel my memory hazy as it is, feels like that was not done sensitively. or well. Feels like it was done from a place of mockery. The big fist to the head. Bubba Ray's not having a good time as a tag team partner. So far, he's walked out on the match and elbow dropped his own partner. Maybe he's not infatuated. Maybe he just didn't want to, like, unprovokedly punch a woman in the face. Maybe, you ever think of that? Dawn Marie managed to botch that even though she was there in time. And here's what everyone bought the ticket for, clearly. Wow, a headbutt. Okay. Be careful, ladies. If you throw many more moves like headbutts, it's in danger of looking like a wrestling match. Uh-oh. Rico's like, yes, please headbutt me in the gooch. Cause you know, gay people love being headbutted in the gooch, right? Love it. Doing a go behind. Did Michael Cole just say I don't think Dawn has anything to worry about? Right, first of all, why do we have to just... I know it's basically his entire gimmick, I get it. But, like, why do we have to focus on Rico being gay as, like, a point of humour? Hey, the Faces did win. Was that a moonsault? I had my head in my hands at the time, so I didn't really see. But, why is everybody trying to... God damn it, Michael Cole. Michael Cole's worse than Taz. He's almost on Jerry King Lawler levels at the moment. Yeah, why does all the focus have to be on, haha, look at how gay Rico is? But secondly, she has nothing to worry about. If that had been a straight wrestler grabbing her, would the assumption have been that he was going to assault her? Like, in the middle of a wrestling match? Because I've not seen that happen. Like, I mean sexually assault her. Short end of the stick. Why was he putting so much emphasis on short? Like it was pertinent to what had happened. He won it twice from Hogan. That's crazy. Goozled. It's wild that there's 35 minutes left and we're about to start the entrances for Undertaker JBL. Now, granted, Undertaker's entrance is going to take 30 of those 35 minutes, but the fact that they gave them 5 whole minutes is wild to me. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Amazing character work by JBL. Wearing that really over-the-top, like, brace, but with the hat on top of it. Incredible. Love it. Well, that didn't happen, did it? One-on-one with The Undertaker. Holla holla. And I'm going to make that decision for no good reason. And you're going to explain what that means? Because I think this might be the first and only one in WWE history. I guess JBL wins this, right? I don't remember Undertaker winning the WWE title in this era and from JBL. Doesn't this title reign of JBL's is that long one that goes all the way to next Mania, right? Is that Gangrel and Viscera? I forgot those two randomly got involved in this. Uh-oh. Oh, he's taking out Alan. Oh dear. He clearly does. He clearly is doing in this video package. There'll be no referee. Surely there should be a referee, even if they can't really do much. Feels like health and safety dictates there should be a referee. Just in case someone gets injured. I know these two probably fight quite a safe style, he says as he sees JBL hit Hardcore Holly in the head with a chair. I mean, it's not really a high-risk, flippy, you're likely to botch something and land on your head style, is it? But even the most basic of things can go wrong in wrestling, and they can be catastrophic. Oh yeah, please do, Sir Anthony. Got it. Got it. Submissions? Guess the submissions. Oh, okay. Okay. So the only way to win is that, so no submissions. He just didn't bother specifying that for some reason. I guess no one was expecting a submission win in JBL versus The Undertaker. Also, feels a bit biased, the Hearse coming into The Undertaker's music. Feels a bit biased. Like, do you want to make it a bit clearer that this match favours The Undertaker? The match stipulation enters to one of the wrestlers' music. That's crazy. It's genuinely a little bit crazy. How eerie is this Hearse randomly driving forward and backwards a lot with the referee going, yep, just a little bit more, yep, you got it, yep, just park it there, yep, you've hit the bollard. I'm glad you said I'm blue, because I was like, he's the least black man ever. He's incredibly white. Also, I assume Taz was arguing that the lighting was blue, not black, not the Hearse. Oh no, the Hearse is blue. Oh, that's crazy. Why is the Hearse blue? Seems a weird design choice. Is it because it's a SmackDown Hearse? Taker is going to bury JBL. Do you mean in a literal sense, or in a... Are you going to go and complain on Twitter that JBL got buried if he loses her? JBL is now the dead man. R.I.P. JBL. I can clearly see that neither of those signs are true. The reign of that was Triple H, my dude. It was probably ongoing right now over on Raw. There's no Orlando. Just remove that city from Florida. Awful lot of R.I.P. JBL type signs. Oh, ye of little faith, ye fans. Must be very satisfying as a heel to come out and all the fans have signs about how you're going to lose and how you're done for, knowing that you're booked to win the match. Like, you're like, I've done my job good. Everyone expects to see me lose and wants to see me lose, and they're going to be mad when I win. Perhaps. There's certainly some other contenders. Probably really is, because I can only imagine that's dry ice producing all that smoke, right? So it probably is a bit chilly. I'll be honest, I've been there 3 times for The Undertaker's entrance live. It's cool. It's a moment. I didn't get that shiver, that, you know, that feeling you're supposed to get. Because it's just cool lighting and pyro. And ominous music and a very large goth. It is very cool, though. And one thing I was very pleased about, because, like, I thought Undertaker should have retired at WrestleMania 33 after he left his boots and his hat in the ring and his coat. I thought that should have been it. And was a little miffed. Well, my gut reaction was to be miffed that he was coming back for WrestleMania 34, because I thought that would have been a perfect end. But myself and the now ex Mrs. Ebeza went to WrestleMania 34, and she was a massive Undertaker fan, like, right from being a kid. So I was actually kind of glad, because, like, she got to experience this entrance live. She got, like, sure, it wasn't that much of a match, but I don't think, what year was that? Like, this is 2024, that was 6 years ago, so 2018. I don't think in 2018 you're necessarily going to see a show with The Undertaker on for the experience of the match anymore. Like, WrestleMania 33 probably taught us that, right? But, like, she got to experience the entrance and what have you live, and I think that's that makes up for me personally for the fact that he probably should have retired after WrestleMania 33. Like, had I not been there, I would stand by that opinion. But it favoured me personally. Well, it didn't even favour me personally. It made me happy that it favoured her personally. So I guess it did favour me personally, but it's more about it favouring her. So I'm willing to overlook that objectively bad decision to keep going. That objectively incorrect decision to unretire after leaving all your gear in the ring and it meaning nothing. Like, they literally started dismantling the ring around his gear. They left it in place. Like, it was clearly a retirement, and it was like, but what if we just don't? Whoa, I've never seen that before. It didn't go well for him, did it? So we've got 24 minutes, which a good 5 minutes of it will probably be the end of the show, where, like, the hearse gets driven out the arena and JBL celebrates. I mean, whoever wins celebrates and whatever you. But still, reasonably length main event for two. How do I word this nicely? More simplified workers. Like, there's gonna be Gonna be a lot of punches and kicks and, you know, quite basic stuff, isn't there, in this? I mean, yeah, that's true. It's no DQ. What Michael Cole's pointing out, there's going to be a brawl. There's no disqualification, so they can fill a lot of the time with, like, oh, there's going to be a chair shot to the head, isn't there? There's going to be an unprotected chair shot. God damn it. I hate those. They make me cringe. They make me cringe with all the knowledge that we have now. Except if you're Stone Cold Steve Austin, in which case you just don't believe the knowledge that we have now. But it makes anyone with enough of a brain to listen to actual brain scientists about the brain. If you have enough of a brain to do that, it'll make you cringe. Make me famo oos. No, you don't. You love it. Goozle. Oh, he's going technical. Greco-Roman throat hold. And you said it wouldn't be a wrestling match, Michael Cole. Undertaker rightly getting in Nick Patrick's face there. There's no DQ. Go away. By the way, when they said there's no referee, there's a referee right there. Oh. Oh dear. That was beautiful. The no-so followed up by just jabbing him off his feet. Beautiful. Yeah, how could he not see it? I mean, his monitor could have gone out, I guess. Was that the match where we saw him hit Hardcore Holly with a chair and we were worried about the condition of JBL? Interesting. Interesting take on things. What is he thinking when he's staring back at those? Like, obviously, Mark Calloway is thinking, dramatic stare, let the camera zoom in, blah, 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 blah. What's the Undertaker thinking there? Like, why does it take him like 5 seconds to stare at the hearse? Oof. Has he? Have there been a lot of Undertaker versus Taz matches? Because I don't really remember them. Wow. Calling stuff vintage is vintage Michael Cole at this point. He's been doing it for at least 20 years. Michael Cole's been calling things vintage since before Randy Orton was... Oh no, Randy Orton was a thing. He was just over on Raw. Maybe he's been doing it since before Randy Orton was a thing. I don't know when his first ever vintage was. This crowd isn't stunned at the ferocity. There's no tension in the match while they're at the ringside area, so the fans aren't, like, super invested. Because the match has to end up near the hearse, so there's no near falls. So the fans can just, like, sit back and relax until they get to, like, a potential finish. Also, a large amount of the fans in attendance are realising they're going to have to watch the finish of this match on the big screen, which isn't the most exciting thing ever. Like, you bought ringside seats, and you're not going to be able to see the finish because there's a load of people between you and the finish, and you're going to have to watch on the screens. It's like, it's an expensive watch it on a screen, like, pay-per-view, isn't it? Speaking of expensive, have you seen the prices of next year's WrestleMania front row seats for SmackDown, WrestleMania Raw? I assume it includes NXT. It's like 50 grand. $50,000. 50 for 5 shows, front row seats. I think that package probably includes hotel as well. Still, it's 50 grand. 50 grand. That's so much. I know this isn't like a flex or anything, but I reckon that's more than I've ever earned in any 2 years of my life put together. So if anyone wants to buy me front row tickets to all of next year's WrestleMania for 50 grand, hit me up. I've got PayPal. Oh! Hi, Jeff. I thought that sign said John Bradshaw lost outright, but I think that's a picture of a hearse from the back end, not an A. Why isn't Undertaker walking away from the hearse? Coward. Cowardly heel. JBL's a stand-up guy trying to win. No, I can't even. You know what? I can't even do that for a bit. Oh, by the way, the Kidman thing, not a bit. I stand by what I said about that, but I can't even do the JBL one sarcastically. No. Damn Tori. Not Tori as in Tori Wilson, or Tori as an X-Pac's girlfriend. Tori. If you're in the UK, you know what I mean. Why are we back in the ring, by the way? I'm sure he's not a Michael Cole fan. But, and I quote, I love it, Maggle. Oh! A triangle choke. Not quite the Hell's Gate. But funnily enough, when I said I didn't think we'd see a submission in this match, we've just had a false tap out from a submission hold. Shows what I know, eh? Oh, they're just chilling. They are literally just chilling at this point. Like, how long can we get away with both just lying in the mat, on the mat, and calling it a submission? Like, that is the very definition of a rest hold. Both, like, even the person applying the rest hold, is lying down, literally doing nothing except pulling a couple of faces to look like he's doing something. You know, if I'd made a sign that was so badly planned out that it said "Make me famous" and then on another line, I probably wouldn't show it quite as often. Oh, that guy! There's the guy with the John Cena jersey. Wonder if he fought a kid for that. Oh no. The poor Spanish announce table. Watch out, Hugo. Watch out, Carlos. That was their names, right, back in the day. Was it Hugo Savinovich and Carlos Cabrera? Oh my god. Get up, you dummy. Hugo no-selling the Undertaker. We are miles away from the finish of this match. Like, quite... Like, not literally, because it's not miles, but I'm talking like we are literally a long distance away from the finish of this match. And then again, there are 12 minutes left on the show still. This is the first time it's starting to feel a bit like it's dragging, to be honest. It's been a good show so far, but this main event isn't exactly riveting at the moment. Like, it's fine, but it's just not anything more than fine. The ever thinking. The same could be said for his arms or his back or his neck or... But yeah, okay. We're bringing it back round to the fact that it's a hearse match because we've basically forgotten at this point because we've been nowhere near the hearse except that one time Bradshaw put his hand on the door handle. Thinking pile driver? Oh. That pile driver, you know, because Bradshaw notorious for doing pile drivers a lot. Maybe he was using a pile driver in this era, but I don't recall that at all. It's a hell of a bump for a guy that big onto mats that thin. Like, you're still going completely the wrong way, guys. Is that a bruise on Bradshaw's thigh? Oh my god. Let's get a good view on that. That's a hell of a bruise, if it is. I don't know what else it'd be. Seriously, where are you going? Did no one fill these guys in on how they're supposed to win the match? Particularly The Undertaker. That was a brief foray into the crowd, wasn't it? Like, very brief. What are they chanting? Sounds like Booker T, but I doubt it is. As he's not in this match. I mean, he's just punching and slamming a man. Uh-oh. Oh! Nice. It's a good spot. I mean, good luck getting him all the way to the hearse. Now you've, like, killed him. Didn't the top of his head hit the steps, not the front of his forehead? Yeah, I don't think anyone's arguing there. Wow, that was a really good blade. If that was the blade, then still on the replay. That little nick, that was really well done by Bradshaw. But, yeah, weird place to blade. Not the weirdest one I've seen. I've seen people, like, literally get hit in the back of the head and then come up bleeding from the front of the head. Like, I've seen that. Like, pretty recently as well. I think Well, I assume that was AEW because you don't get a lot of blood in WWE lately. And you don't get a lot of it in TNA either, and they're the only real products I watch, so I'm assuming it was AEW. But I can't remember who, but I do recall recently someone bleeding when they hadn't even had the... Like, it was like a back of the head shot, and they came up bleeding from the front. So they hit him hard there to bust open the front of him. Oh, here comes the chair shot. Oh, he got his hand up. He got his hands up. I think that was a protected chair shot. That's not as painful to watch. A ton of blood is a lot of blood. Just saying. Yeet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all hand. Which is fine. I'd be fine with them doing that now. It's the unprotected chair shots that I hate. Right, let's have a look at this. It's hard to tell, but I think it was all hand. Basically, without knowing for sure, my stance on that is, if it was all hand, I'm fine with it. If it was even any head, there's just no need. There never was any need. Like, I understand they didn't know how bad it was with the lack of knowledge on concussion, but it blows my mind that no one thought hitting each other in the head with a piece of metal might be bad for people. Up until, like, there was official research done into it. Like, oh. Okay. Spanish announce table, here we go. Big jump backwards, Jubble. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you, fans. The thing that I can't believe is how far from the hearse they are still. Like, there's 6 minutes left on the show. 5.5, in fact. And they're at the announce tables. Undertaker's remembered how you win the match. Good. It's good to know. Is he going to carry the man? Because JBL's a big boy. That's actually quite impressive. It's like, Jesus, John. Speed run in the end of the match. Oh my god! Hayden Mike! He's chloroforming the Undertaker. Could it be chloroform? Is chloroform a brand name? Are they not allowed to specify it might be that? So JBL doesn't even finish the match. Can't steal what's already his. He can steal the... Oh. Oh, we're not done yet. Undertaker is very confused and very angry. Astounds me that he didn't actually fall then. It was very good staggering. Very good. That is, I did not remember that, and I did not see that coming. That is crazy. I guess it gives Undertaker something to move on to, so he can stop chasing after JBL. Gives JBL the win without having to put him over Undertaker clean, because God forbid your WWE champion ever looks like an actual credible champion. Well, there you go. Wow, it's quite the claim. Uh-oh. Paul Heyman? What is going on? Paul Heyman's the hearse driver, and he's in cahoots with Heidenreich, who's just hit a hearse that was apparently full of explosives for some reason. That appears to be an attempted murder. You good, Heidenreich? You just been in a car crash. Like, you just driven a car into something. That's crazy. He's bleeding. He's bleeding from the nose as well. Is that like makeup and acting? Or is that like legit just like the man's just been in a car crash and there was no safety protocol in place? It's kind of hard to know in this era. Well, it was an interesting ending. I'd say that was quite the WCW pay-per-view, wasn't it? The main event was like the opposite of the highlight of the show, but the ending was fun. Question mark. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to know what people thought of this. This is my era of WWE. The main event was what it was, but the rest of it, fantastic show in my opinion. Like really fun. Billy Kidman was the babyface. That's my parting gift to you. My parting thoughts. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA. You've been amazing. And I'll see you next time.